Welcome. I'm Deb Bullions, your host for Mystical Empowerment Time. Just give you a little rundown. I'm coming to you from the sunny Gold Coast of Australia. And actually, we have a little bit of sun. We are on the opposite side of the world to you. So while you are probably just coming out of your heat waves for summer, we are still in winter. But it's beautiful here. Hope you are having a wonderful end to your day. So what we're going to go through today, as always, we'll take a caller and we'll do a psychic or a mediumship reading. And we're also going to be talking about angels, guides, higher selves, and what the difference is, which will lead us into some discussion as well about the Akashic records, or Akashic, depending on how you wish to say it, and how you can make connection with angels, guides, and your higher self. So that's what today's show is going to be about after we've taken a caller. And let's just start while we wait for our first caller with angels. What are they? Well, they're not just existing in religion or within religion. They exist and are mentioned in many, many different types of religions, but they also exist outside of it as well. And so you can still come into contact, regardless of what your beliefs are, you can still come into contact with them. And everybody, every single person has a team of angels assigned to them. Now, we also have guides. So what's the difference between an angel or a guide? We're going to get to that in just a few minutes. But first, we have Jenny from Dallas, Texas, on the line, ready for a reading. Are you there, Jenny?
Yes, ma'am. Hi. How are you, Deb?
I'm really well. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing all right.
Excellent. So are you looking for a psychic reading all about you and your life, or are you looking for a mediumship reading about somebody that has passed over?
Well, probably me and what's going on in my life. That would probably be more helpful.
Okay. All righty. Just give me one moment. I'm just connecting in. Now, Jenny, do you have a son?
Do I have a son?
Do you have a son?
I did. He's passed away.
Because that's the first thing that came forward. Now, I know that you want to talk about you, but just bang, he just came forward. So apologies. If you don't wish to
That's
hear
all right.
from him, it's okay. But if you do wish to hear from him, he is right here.
Certainly. Certainly. I'd love to hear
Excellent.
from him, to be honest with you.
Okay, and we can do a bit of both. We can have him talk to you about what's coming up in your life. Yeah, they have a better insight than we do down here. They can actually see out to the future. So let us bring this young, he's been with me for a while. I felt this energy in front of me while I was preparing for the show today. So let's get a feel. I feel as though he did a little bit of clowning. He was a bit of fun sometimes because he really wants to get up close to you in your face. And does that sound familiar to you? Could he be a little bit funny when he wanted to get your attention at times?
Yes.
Yeah, because he feels lovely, warm, genuine. Did he have some curl to his hair?
Did he what? I'm sorry?
Did he have a little bit of curl to his hair?
Yes. When he was a little boy, his hair was really curly.
Yeah, because he's stepping forward and showing me the curls. Okay, and all right, let's just see if I can grab some more of his personality here. He truly
Well, he was a Leo,
lover.
so that should tell you a lot.
Yeah, he was a lover. He was saying he was very much a lover. He loved people. He loved the opposite sex as far as being intrigued and wanting to treat women well. It wasn't just about, romance. It was just wanting to treat others well. Okay, let me just see why he's come through, if he has a message or what he has for you here today. What would you like to say to your mother? He comes through with an apology. He
Really?
he comes through and he says, "I'm sorry I haven't been around as much as you would like." And I guess what he's saying is you felt him a lot when he first passed, but you may not feel him as much anymore. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. He says in a strange way, he's been giving you your wings to fly. He's been standing back and marveling at how well and how strong you're coming back from everything. Um, he says that you're dynamic, enthusiastic, wonderful person. And he stands back and admires you from afar, but he doesn't want you to think that he's gone. He just is enjoying watching you getting on with things. Does that make sense?
Yes, because I've just started just in the last few months to getting back because his
Back
passing was
into
devastating.
I can only imagine. Okay.
Well, he was my only child, and
Oh,
he died in a motorcycle accident, and it was just, so it's
trauma,
taken me a while
unexpected.
to.
Yeah. Heart wrenching. Now, did he play basketball at all?
Oh, a little bit.
Because he's just showing me him dribbling a basketball. Okay. He's just trying to let you know. I said, why the basketball? And he said, I'm I'm through my recovery. I'm through my healing over here. They get a lot of extra tender, loving care over there when things are shocking, when the end is unexpected and there's trauma. And he's trying to say that he's getting back into, believe it or not, life because they can still participate in the things that they love over there. And so he's just gently backing away from you, watching. He'll never be away from you. He's just saying, he's saying to me, isn't she marvelous that she's getting it back together? And that's what he wants for you. He said, because his passing, the hardest part about that is the impact that he's had on you. And that was never his intention. Um, We'll never know the ways of things, he said. It all will be revealed when we are over there. But he wants you to know that he's always watching from afar. If you call his name, he will come forward. Um, and he's showing me a little, like a little boutonniere, like a single flower, but it's shortcut. So had he been to a ball or a prom or something recently?
No, I have not.
So he hadn't either?
Not to my knowledge. He was very
Okay.
outdoorsy.
I'm
Very
just curious.
outdoorsy.
Okay, because he was just showing me this short little flower, like he's handing you a flower, but usually they have a long stem. And so I might have
No, when he was a
misinterpreted.
little kid, he used to pick them off short like that all
Oh,
the time.
so that makes sense to you because yeah, it's instead of a long like a long flower, I've got a bunch of them back here. Instead of that, it was like just the shortest little flower, and I thought maybe it was for a buttonhole. But now I understand. He was doing what he always used to do. Okay.
It
He
was.
was
He never picked flowers where I could put it in a vase. It was always like right there at the bud.
Oh, how cute. How cute. Okay. Let's see what he wants to say about your future. Did you want to talk about your mother's future at all? Um, he says new job, new people, new day. Um,
What?
are you looking at a new role? He said new job, new people, new day.
No, I want a new job, new people, and a new day. Let me tell you, the job I have
Okay.
now is from hell.
He's saying it's coming because it makes me feel sick. Like he gives me that sick feeling in your stomach that you have to face that and you have to face these people that he feels like are very almost robotic and distant from you. Does that make any sense?
Yes.
Yeah. And he said, believe me, he's showing me him pulling strings, that he's pulling every string he can to get you out of there quickly. Now, there's something about a cat. Did you or do you have a cat?
No.
All right, let me see why the cat. Excuse me, why do you show me?
He likes cats, and his father liked cats, and I've never
Okay,
been a cat person, ever.
okay, all right, because he said it was like he wants you to think of yourself like a cat on a hot tin roof, that you're going to be scurrying out of there very quickly, that you're going to move out of there quickly. The opportunity is one. Wow, he shows me it's like if we were looking at a map and we had north to the top and the city that you lived in, he's saying it's like to the left. So I'm looking at a map of Texas now. He's saying opportunity is to the left, which is a little bit west of where you live. Um, how will she know it's the right opportunity? He said, firstly, he wants you to start getting yourself out there to start actually applying. But the one that is going to be coming from the western side of town or to the left of you, if you're looking at a map, he's saying that's the one. And that it will be, it might seem a little bit more on the outskirts, he said, but the warmth of, he shows me the owner and the the organization, he's saying it'll be very warm and friendly. And that's what you need because he said you have so many more skills that you don't get to show. And you're such a warm and outgoing person that he's going to try to get this particular place for you that you'll feel absolutely at home in.
Yes, because this place I am now, it's like a sweatshop. It's really taxing and stressful.
Cold, said it's cold. It feels like everybody's robotic. It just doesn't feel like there's any warmth there.
There isn't
Yeah.
none.
And you need people. He said you're a people person. You really need you need he said you're a little bit like him. You like to make people laugh at times, and without a bit of fun, what's the point? He's talking
Yes, and this
about
place is
finding
absolutely
up.
no fun.
He wants you to start applying, and he said the February, March looks very good for actually landing in the position, for actually having it. He said, but if that doesn't happen, do not lose hope because the very latest would be May. But he's saying it's like a new year thing, but start applying now because he says you have to kiss some frogs sometimes before you get to the Prince Charming. And the Prince Charming is the owner of the company who will treat you like royalty. Really appreciate you.
That would
Uh,
be nice.
yeah. Now he talks about there's a good friend, he said, that you haven't probably been in contact with for a while. And the two of you used to kick about or hang around a bit. And he really wants you to bring her back into your life because you haven't really been up for fun. And I feel like she's somebody you go way back with. Does that make any sense to you?
Yes.
He's saying bring her back. Get her get out there and have some fun again. Did you like to go dancing?
Yes.
He's saying do it. He's going, get your boots on and get out there. It's like, put on your dancing shoes and get out there. And he wants you to pull her in closer again. Because when you're out there dancing and having a good time, he said, I will be right there with you. If you want, he said, line up a beer on the bar for me. But he said he will be right there with you.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions while we have him here? He says the job is coming. Look for it on the western side. And the latest would be May, but he feels like February, March, but get going now because he said you want to do a refresh on your resume or your CV.
Yes.
Yep, go ahead and do that. Make sure you pull your old friend back in close and do some dancing. Any questions for him?
Yes, and this is going to sound strange to you just as much as it did to me. Um, he was going to apply for a passport because he had planned a fishing trip out of the country right before he passed away. And on his passport application, where it had mother, he wrote unknown. Why did he do that?
Is there an issue with his father?
Oh my God. The man called me up and he sent me a text with a picture of it saying, "What did you do?" And I'm like, "How would I know why Trevor did that? What do you, I,
He,
I
he
was taken quite
misinterpreted the
aback, and I
question.
thought he was just using it as another tool to get me to be hateful to me. He's just so mean.
Yeah, he misinterpreted the question. He said, "You know, I would never want to hurt you, mother. I would never want to hurt you, mom. I was not trying to be mean to you." But I think there was some issue with his father with him. And he's saying if anyone I would want to put unknown, it would be him. So did he have an issue with his father?
Yes, his father, that whole side, that whole family, they're horrible people. They're very controlling, and they
Yeah.
used him. They used him and manipulated him, and he didn't have
And
any
he's
peace.
okay. Well, he's saying that he's good with that all now. He's got the perspective on it, and nobody can hurt him anymore. But he honestly, that was a mistake, what he put there, and he misinterpreted it. And he said, "You know me, I didn't actually like filling out forms, Mom." And if he would have put unknown to anyone, he wished he would have put it to his father, not to you. And he's very sorry for that because that was not something that he meant to do. Of course, he knows who you are. He loves you. He always has. Are you still
Well,
there, Jane?
yes, I am.
Okay.
Anyway, his father used it really to really. This is just recently. This has been in the last 2 months.
Yeah, and that's what he wanted to talk about the father and the problem with that, and that was never his intention. Is there anything else you want to say about this young man?
I just miss him so much, and
He's just saying the same. I miss you too, but at least I get to see you every day. Um, there's something about pay attention. Do you have a little soap on the counter in the bathroom, in your like master bathroom?
do I have a what?
Like a little bar of soap, a fancy soap or something?
Not presently, no.
There's something that he moves on your bathroom counter, and it's on the left-hand side of the sink tap. And I thought it was a bar of soap, but he said, "Pay attention. You'll know I've been because I'll keep moving
Really.
it." And
Is he
anytime
the
you
one that
call
took
his
my dustpan? I can't find it anywhere.
the dustpan, let me just ask him, um, do you have a stairwell?
Yes,
He said it's under the stairwell.
really. Okay, I'll have to go and look.
Yeah. So And he's saying, but I feel like what he's trying to say is that he does visit regularly, and if you notice something moving over on the left-hand side of the sink, I can't see what it is, but I thought it was a bar of soap or something. He said that's his way of saying I've been here. And anytime you ask for him and say his name, he will be right there at your side. And he just wants to see you have a lot more fun, apply for work, different work, and he will make it happen for you. So I thank you so much, Jenny, for allowing me to bring
Thank
him
you.
through today. And thank you
I
for
can't tell you how
calling.
much I appreciate this. Thank you.
And and know he will be with you, and get those dancing shoes on and you'll make him a happy, happy guy.
All right, I will.
All right, Jenny, you take care.
Thank you so
Bye for
much. Have a nice evening.
you too. Well, that was Jenny from Dallas. I'm so glad I was able to bring her son through, even though that's not what she asked for. Her son had other ideas, and now I know who has been sitting with me and visiting me this morning. Well, it's morning here in Australia, evening there for you in the US and Canada. So we are now on to talking about the angels once again. So the difference between angels and guides. Now, this is really important. I want everybody to know that they all have angels. Everybody has a team of angels assigned to them and nobody else. So don't feel like you're bothering them. If you want to speak with your angels, ask for assistance. I'll give you some examples of things you can ask for. You can ask for anything, and if they can give it to you, they will. But I'll just give you some examples. Let's say you've had a difficult night. Perhaps the kids have kept you awake, or perhaps there was a big storm, or a problem with a pet, or you just had insomnia and you need to be fresh for the morning. Here's something that I used to do. As long as I didn't abuse it, I would say, please, could you just help me to look and feel refreshed and clear in the morning? I know I'm only going to get maybe it's 2 or 3 hours worth of sleep, but it's an important day and I need to feel refreshed. Please, could you help me? Now, that's a really simple request, and as long as we don't abuse it, they always granted it for me. Something else that they did for me, I had a habit that was smoking, and I had not been able to give it up, and I tried everything. Oh, you name it, hypnosis, nicotine patches, the medications. I tried everything, every smoking aid available, and I always seemed to fail at giving up. And finally, I said to my angels, I need your help. If you could please help me with this. Now, it took a while. It took a while, and I felt them say no to me one morning. It was a couple months later when I went to do what I normally did, which was light up my cigarette. Now, we're going back, this was way back in 2012, but I'll never forget it because they said, just don't. And I thought, okay. And then I got to midday and I was getting a little bit anxious and a little bit antsy as I used to when I would try to give up. And they said, now go get one of those smoking aids. And I picked up, I think it was some nicotine mints. I said, these didn't work before. And they said, oh, well, this time. And sure enough, it did. And they got me through it. And it wasn't easy. I still would get cravings up to 18 months later, but they got me through it and actually very easily. So they can help you with big things, they can help you with little things. The only thing you have to do to ask for their help is literally go to your heart, is slow your breathing down, slow down, take a few deep breaths, and just say, I know I have you out there, angels. If you could help me with, and whatever your request is, ask for it. It may or may not be immediate that you receive the help, but if they can give it, they will. Here's the trick, they cannot help you unless you ask for it. So you imagine having a whole team of angels that has been waiting your whole life for you to ask them for some help. Please ask them for some help. They get a bit bored waiting around. And guides are very, very different. Guides are different in that we all have a team of guides as well. Now, they never stop. They chat to us, they talk to us, they drop a breadcrumb trail to us of things that we need to know. So, for example, they might continually put a book in front of us or a name of a movie or a particular thing over and over keeps coming up. And we think, holy cow, A friend of mine mentioned that to me the other day, and now I've seen it come up on social media, and now I've seen it um, on the back of a bus. Whatever it is, it just comes up over and over, and we call that the breadcrumb trail. They're leaving us a trail of what it is that we need to do, know, or see next. And guides talk to us in our own voice. So while we're tasking, maybe brushing our teeth, having our shower, doing the dishes, you know, our mind gets really busy and we're tasking, tasking, tasking. I've got to go here. I've got to get this. Don't forget that. And we may have been trying to think of something clever. Maybe we were trying to think of a great theme for a party, or we were trying to think of something that just wasn't coming to us. And there we are doing our thing, tasking away, and bang, out of left field, we get this brilliant idea, and we think it's us. And I'll tell you what, it's often our guides giving us that idea, helping us out. So that's the difference between angels and guides. Guides will continually help us without our knowledge, and angels have to wait to be asked. Now, next week, I'll talk more about our higher self. But I wanted to tell you, you are welcome to get a free meditation from me, which will help you to get in touch with both your guides and your angels. You can hop over to my website, and that is at deb.bullions, as in gold. That is BULLIONS.com.au. Go to the information or contact us and tell us you would like a copy of the free meditation, which will help you to get in touch with your guides and your angels, and I will be more than happy to send that to you. Now, if you'd like to study with me, we have a couple of specials. We have Unlock Your Psychic Gifts, where we'll also learn about how to connect with guides, angels, and we'll do all sorts of things like aura readings and card readings and mediumship. Now that is on for the US and Canada. Starts 1st of September on Sundays from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Pacific time or 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern time. We also have a mediumship course coming up too, and an Akashic Records course. So you can find all of that at www.spiritquestschool.org. That's spiritquestschool.org. Thank you so much for joining me this week, and I look forward to coming to you next week. All the best.